and Marcus Ambrose gets his wish.
I want to tell you who else got their wish.
No
was
kidding.
Casey Kane in that 4, our leader.
Yeah, the 18 not so lucky this time.
That is it, straight to the road. I think he hit pretty hard.
13th caution flag, the most since the Daytona 500 this year.
He got the whole right side this time. Spoiler all knocked over, deck lid out of whack, whole back of the car knocked around. See what
Here's a look.
this time.
We're in the wall, spinning right front.
Now pit road is closed, so we keep going. This could put everybody where they can make it to the end. So I think pit road will be busy.
So Ambrose gets the free pass back on the lead lap. Big break for Casey Kane. He'll get fuel that he badly needs. And how about the Biff? What a night he has had. Now running in second place. And who'd have thought that was possible? right about here, I think they called for the paddles to resuscitate that car. Or Greg.
You know, I played golf Monday with Kevin Neal and Ken Winston, and it looks like our scorecard.
It can't. He couldn't cheat on that.
Wait a minute. You know, they don't have a pencil wedge out there, do they?
Biffle had trouble first with his driver cooling system. Miscommunication with his crew. It looked like it was going to be a long, hot, and not a fruitful night. But here he sits in second place.
Now here's what I do believe. I think most of these drivers are going to hit pit road to fill these things with Sunoco race fuel. But I think possibly for track position, Darrell and Mike, we may see a mixed bag. 2 tires, 4 tires.
I don't know, with this many laps to go.
Carl Edwards was best at 100 miles. Matt Kenseth took off and led 103 laps, the most tonight. Kyle Busch was the best for a while. And right now out front, Casey Kane, as pit road opens with 55 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Matt?
The most important man on this pit stop for David Reagan, Chris Tompkins, the gas man, 3rd generation military, grandfather awarded a Purple Heart in World War II. He's got to pack this fuel cell full of fuel, Steve.
Matt, 4 tires and a chassis adjustment for Casey Kane in the 4 car. Greg Biffle talked about 2, but they'll take 4. Dale Earnhardt Jr. says he loves his car. He's going to take 4, Krista.
At the start of this race, Kevin Harvick said his car was worse than terrible. He just told M&M, Mike Morrison, the gas man, make sure you pack this thing full of fuel. They were about 5 laps away from when they would have needed to come in.
Jeff Gordon, Greg Biffle, and a land rush off pit road behind Reagan and Earnhardt.
Larry, I don't want to take 4. Oh, that's bad news.
Now that's a big mistake.
That'll get you
equipment
back to pit road.
Leaving the pit, back to pit road, tail end of the longest line on the restart. Jeff Gordon and Greg Biffle bring them down for the restart, and Gordon gets away by a car length and a half. Three wide.
Whoa. Man, I don't know what happened to Keselowski. Must hurt I picked him.
Going to get a little bump from Matt Kenseth in the 17 going off into turn 3.
I think he got a little, I think Dale Jr. got him a little sideways getting down in the corner. That messed him up, but he's coming back.
They are 5th and 6th. Kenseth is 7th. Harvick 8th. Hamlin coming. Hamlin now 8th in the 11th.
I still think Hamlin has got something for these guys. That carburetor has set that thing on fire.
And Edwards mired back in 15th. Lead change. Greg Biffle to the front.
It was funny when we were making our picks for the race. Jeff and I both looked at each other and said one of us should have taken the 16.
Well, he was so good last Saturday night. He won that first 50-lap segment in the Sprint All-Star race.
And then when he started the race the way he did, Larry, and I said, boy, glad I didn't take that 16. Now he's finishing up strong.
Casey Mears stayed out to lead a lap on that caution, then pitted. And Ryan Newman is back in the race after heavy crash damage. Kyle Busch has taken his car to the garage. Dick?
And they're working on it. 4 mechanics underneath the car, Mike. The focus seems to be on the rear end. They are trying to realign the rear end of the car. The rear end gets out of alignment. Boy, you just can't drive these things.
Busch is poised right now to finish 32nd tonight.
pressure gauge, so he doesn't know when he loses fuel pressure. That's the only way they can tell when they're running out. He's been told if the engine snuffles, get in.
Blowing up is Jimmy Johnson.
Fucking kidding me.
Caution, and we apologize for Chad Knaus's language over the radio to Jimmy Johnson.
Johnson had just cracked the top 10.
All of Johnson's fans can share Chad's frustration. Well, we're about to find out. We'll wave the green flag, and then if the leader takes the white flag under green, the next flag he sees will end the race. Caution or checker. If we don't get to the white flag, we'll try it again.
Number of things you got to watch out for here. Now, you've been riding on the apron. You picked up a lot of, you got hot tires, pick up a lot of debris on the tires. Plus, if one of these guys up front here runs out of fuel, look out, field.
Here we go. Casey Kane, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, Harvick, Burton, Busch, Edwards, Stewart, Reagan. Green flag. 2 to go.
Boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. got a great race start.
He's out of gas, and there they go.
And Burton goes around. A lot of smoke.
They had a little bit of a wreck back there. No caution.
Keselowski got bounced around, but we are still green. Let's see.
Cars all over the place down here in turns 1 and 2. Not real sure how this is going to work out.
Still no caution, though. We'll be coming to the white flag, Mike.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. out front.
Can he make it?
White flag. Next flag ends the race. Hamlin trying to close.
Track's clear. We're good to go.
7 back. 7 back.
Harvick third. Reagan fourth. Logano fifth. What a topsy-turvy finish to the Coca-Cola 600.
And Dale Jr. is scooting away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's slowing, isn't he?
150,000 people on their feet.
Jr. is slowing. He's out of fuel. He's out of gas.
And as at Indy, the leader at turn 4 does not get to the flag. Harvick, the closer, wins it.
Once again, where did he come from?
Golly gee. Have you ever?
No, I have. Once again, never.
Third win of 2011 for Mr. Where Did He Come From, as Kevin Harvick leads the final 500 feet to score in Charlotte. Dick Berggren.
With Kevin Harvick and his crew had been waiting to douse him with whatever liquid they had in their hand. Harvick, you led 2 laps to win that one. This is your 3rd win, a total of 9 laps led. How are you closing these things that way?
Today we were lucky. I told him at the beginning of the race, I said, we hadn't fixed this thing in 2 weeks. There's no way you're going to fix it today. And still, this is just, it's nothing against the racetrack. I just don't like racing here. It just doesn't fit what I do.
Even now after you won?
And even now, we didn't have a spectacular night, but to be in victory lane says a lot about this Budweiser team. And I want to thank all the men and women who serve our country and protect us. Budweiser, Rheem, Jimmy John's, Chevrolet, Hunt Brothers, SKF, Realtree, Menards, everybody who helps this Budweiser Chevy, and all these guys, because I griped and griped and griped all freaking day long about how terrible it was. When I pull in the gate, I just have a bad attitude here, so hopefully this helps.
Congratulations, Kevin Harvick. Tonight's winner of the Coca-Cola 600, Matt.
At one point, David Reagan looked like his chances for a win might be gone, having to pit for fuel. Then it all changed again. Your career best finish, 2nd. Describe those final laps.
Yeah, and we didn't luck into it. I mean, our UPS Ford, we love logistics car, was fast. It was a top 3 or top 4 car. I think Matt probably had the best car. Greg had a pretty good car there at the end. But, yeah, I thought we'd kind of screwed up when that last caution came out. I thought we were going to finish 4th or 5th. We were saving gas there at the end. And very fortunate not to get caught up in a wreck. Our spotter did a nice job on the roof, Rocky. And Drew did a nice job. We put 4 tires on. And, you know, when you got 4 tires and you're full of fuel, you can just drive all your guts out, where those other guys were kind of conserving. And so we're happy to get a top 5. But when you're that close to a win, we really want to win this thing.
2nd in the 600. Steve?
Well, Dale, I heard Steve Letarte say 500 more feet and we would have had him. Describe your night.
I think we need more than 500 more feet, but I got to say, we weren't supposed to make it. We were going to run out of gas, and we kind of knew it, but we played our hand, and that was what we was going to do. My other guys came in, and I tried to save a ton of gas. I knew I didn't save enough, but I tried to save enough, as much as I could. And, I'm disappointed we didn't win. I know all our fans are disappointed to come so close, but if we had have won that race, it'd have been a gift. We were a top 5 car, but never had really put ourselves in the lead. And this is our Vegas car. It's really, really good. So we'll keep taking it to racetracks and running good. We were so fast at the start of the race, and once the sun went down, kind of leveled out, picked everybody up a little bit. We ran good tonight, man. Proud. I'm proud of my guys. I'm proud of the car we unloaded. I'm proud of how we worked all night long. And we'll be around for a long time. We'll get plenty. Don't worry about that.
Dale, you said you've been cautiously optimistic. What does this effort mean tonight?
Well, it takes a long streak of runs really to get to where you want to go mentally and get your confidence where you want it. But we're really fortunate to take home 7th place points tonight. I would have loved to have won this race, but on the other hand, I thought it was a coin with a win and a 20th, and I'm like, the risk is just so high there, and this point system's different. And you can't give away points. So we're lucky to get out of here with anything after running out of gas on the back straightaway of this race.
Thank you, Dale.
Thank you.
Hey, Dale. We're live to the screen here.
Denny Hamlin thanking his crew members. I know when you start 4th, you don't want to finish 10th, but when you were sitting there on pit road, your crew changing out your carburetor, at that moment, would you have ever dreamed you would have finished top 10?
Well, it was I thought that, how I'd be happy with a top 8, but you can't run second on the back straightaway and be happy with 10th. But great day by our FedEx car. We had a race-winning car today. We battled our ways back to the front of the pack. Can't say enough for everyone at FedEx, all the employees. We almost got a win for them, but just a bunch of us right there on that same fuel strategy. My eyes got huge when I saw everyone running out in front of us, and as soon as they got big, they got small because we ran out of fuel. So can't say enough for this whole team for changing that carburetor, not going a lap down, and keep fighting. So we'll keep fighting. This is a step in the right direction. We're back being competitive like we should be, and we're going to win some races here soon.
So close to the win, but they'll take it. Chris?
Thanks, Krista. Burning fuel all day, all night, racing to the front, and then at the end you have to conserve it to win. And we check the unofficial results. It's Kevin Harvick. 4 of his last 7 wins have been last lap passes. His last 4 wins have come on tracks that he had not previously won on. And Jeff Hammond, some of the other guys, Greg Biffle, who looked like for a moment there it might be his night.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be his night. You see right there in 11th, 21st right there. Ricky, on 21 car, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. But how about Carl Evers, our point leader? He winds up way back there in 16th. But, it was a tough night for a lot of guys.
Casey Kane,
Jeff
22nd.
Burke, he had a shot right there at the end. He got caught up in that melee. It was just a crazy finish for the whole, the whole weekend. I mean, it just kept on happening. Jimmy Johnson blows up.
Yeah, the engine, and that brought the caution out. In fact, with 5 laps to go, when that caution came out, Kevin Harvick was 7th, and then he was 3rd on the last lap before pulling out in front as Dale.
You see Kevin Harvick right there. He's in 2nd position behind Carl Edwards. Jimmy drops back a little bit. It's just one of those things and one of those years where you never know who's going to wind up winning.
Largest points lead of the season for Carl Edwards. He expands that. Biffle, who did not comment, leaving the track along with Casey Kane, but you see he's up to 11th in points, and those points are where you are from that top 10 spot. And if you have a win in the column already, that works in your favor as to being a wild card. So that would help Jeff Gordon, and Regan Smith, who had a top 10 finish, has a win this year, trying to inch a little bit closer. The last previous Coca-Cola 600 win by Richard Childress Racing, 1993, Dale Earnhardt. But he gets it done with Kevin Harvick. Final comments from Darrell, Larry, and Mike.
Chris, we want to take a look at that last restart and watch the 4 of Casey Kane, who is the race leader, as we get back to green here.
Yeah, Kane had no shot here of making it because he runs out of fuel right here. You're going to see him. He accelerates and then the car just dies. Here comes Keselowski. He gets into the back of Casey Kane. Carl Edwards gets into the back of the 31 car, turns him around.
And then the last lap, Dale Earnhardt Jr., 1,000 feet from home.
And he had a huge lead right here, Mike. I mean, he had really pulled out a huge lead over Kevin Harvick.
Saw Denny Hamlin in 11 running out of fuel. That's how Kevin Harvick went from 3rd to take the checkered flag first in about a 1/4 of a lap.